Ulla Johnson.
Uya Johnson.
That can't be right. Hey Siri, how do you pronounce Ulla Johnson?
Okay, I found this on the web for how do you pronounce Ulla Johnson. Check it out.
Okay, you missed the mark there, Siri. You know, we're not going to resolve this on my channel. So many people tell me that I pronounce things wrong. I worded that wrong. I pronounce things wrong, especially brand names, and I get chewed out for it a lot. And I swear some of you like think I'm uneducated. Well, let's be fair. I guess I am uneducated on how to pronounce certain brand names. So I'll give you that. But yeah, I pronounce things wrong on this channel, so give me a break. I'm from Michigan. I know that's not a valid excuse. Tell me I pronounce things wrong. Call me out. It makes me feel exotic that I'm like, I have my own pronunciation for certain brands. Anyway, let's figure this out. Hello everybody. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. So I thought I would do my thrift store bucket list. Basically things that I want to find at thrift stores, brand specific. So I should have said brands that I want to find in thrift stores that I have not found yet. So what makes this video different than my other, like be on the lookout for these brands videos, is these brands I feel like everybody in the reseller community has found but me. And I know obviously that's stretching it. Like I know a lot of you are gonna be like, oh, don't worry, Riley, I haven't found any of those brands either. But they're brands that pop up quite a lot on my Instagram feed as far as like people finding them at the thrift store, and I've yet to find a brand out in the wild. And it's stressful. Some of them are high end, some of them are lower end. I don't know much about the brands because I've never found them myself, but I hear people talk about them a lot. So when I first made this list, I thought about including like Stella McCartney and Acme, but I'm like, who am I kidding? The people that found those on my Instagram probably live in like Los Angeles, New York City. So I'm like, let me tone it down a bit, and I'm just going to include reasonable brands that I feel like everybody has found but me. Before I start, I know so many of you guys hate this. I think I say before I start in every single one of my videos, because I'll like go off on a little rant. And I always have that one person who comments and they're like, come on, get to the point. Just unsubscribe, because I talk a lot. I could run a podcast. It would probably bounce all over the place and I would have one follower, but I could do a podcast because I can talk when I get going. But anyway, before I start, here I go. I realize it depends on like your location, your area, you know, the average income bracket in your area. Obviously people who are in like a richer area are going to find more high-end brands, but it also depends on your location in general too, because like I've said in a previous video, the Lululemon wave, I think it started in California, right? And then it just kind of progressed, and then I think somehow it like got to New York and Miami, but like Michigan got skipped. So people in Michigan, like Lululemon is like, a lot of them don't even know it exists. And I found Lululemon in Michigan, but yeah, so it depends on your area. I realize that. And the reason I want to point this out is because I know some of you are gonna say, we're going to say something in the comments about, oh, it's just because of where you live. So I understand that. I'm just a little bit salty that I have yet to find any of these brands. I don't have them in any particular order, and I don't feel professional because I actually made a little notepad, handy dandy notepad, on my phone, so I feel like I'm not looking up at the camera enough because I like to look right in that lens, right at you guys, but I can't. This is my rant. This is why people unfollow me, because I talk too much. Okay, so one of the first brands that I put down that I've been seeing a lot of lately is Beta brand, but I think it's Beta brand, right? Like if something's in beta. It's an activewear brand. I've yet to find it. And I feel like more and more people on Instagram are finding it. And I always hope that I find one of those fancy little bee symbols. Haven't found it yet. The second brand on my list is Mother. I know, you guys are like, you haven't found Mother? I haven't found Mother. I think they make jeans, right? They may make other things, but I think they're famous for their jeans. I have also never found Frame. I didn't put that on the list, but I'm throwing it in here right now. TB. I want to find TB so bad. I actually almost bought, I never buy myself anything new or like more than $20 if it's a clothing item, unless I'm buying it from someone on Poshmark that I follow through Instagram. But I almost bought myself a TB dress on the RealReal just to say that I found something TB. But that doesn't count because it's not in the wild. So I stopped myself. TB, I don't know much about the brand. I think it's more of like a southern brand, but I could be wrong. Show Me Your Muumuu. So I did sell something, Show Me Your Muumuu, but it was something that I purchased off of, I think I got it off either Poshmark or eBay for a really low price, and then I resold it, but that doesn't really count as finding it in the wild, right? So Show Me Your Muumuu. Hot Hippie, the double H, never found it. I think people have been talking about Hot Hippie since when I started reselling. I always have it in the back of my mind, today's the day I'm gonna find a Hot Hippie dress, and I never do. I don't know almost anything about this brand, but I see it a lot. Tula Rosa, am I saying that right? Tula Rosa. Everlane. You know what? I might have to go back and edit this video and actually spell the brands out for you guys, or like show you a picture of each label, because I like to make my videos educational for my newer resellers. So forgive me if I don't. But that way you can kind of get a visual when I'm telling you about these brands. Okay, Everlane. I looked up Everlane before I made this list, and I mean, I feel like they don't, their retail isn't like crazy high. They retail for a pretty penny, but it's not like, you know, luxury or designer. So why I've never found Everlane, I don't know. Okay, 7 for All Mankind. Dojos. That's like the Olympic torch in the reseller community. Like someone finds Dojos, and then the next one finds them, and then one of their followers finds them, and then everybody's finding Dojos except me. So 7 Dojos. So Dojos is like is it the cut or the style or the shape of the jeans? I don't know. I've never found Doc Martens, anything. Obviously, they're famous for their boots. I've never found them in the wild. Reformation, don't know too much about the brand. I feel like it's a newer brand, but I could be wrong. Never found Reformation. White and Warren, white plus symbol Warren. Never found White and Warren. Again, don't know much about the brand. I think they have their own website. I think they are sold at Nordstrom. Not sure. Never found it. Okay, you guys are gonna laugh at this one because I said, oh, I'm not gonna put Stella McCartney and all these high-end luxury brands on here, but Jimmy Choo, I've never found, and I know 99 out of 100 of you are gonna say you've never found them either. But for as often as I am thrifting and how much time I spend garage sailing and going to the bins, you'd think I would have found at least like a damaged Jimmy Choo by now. Like, I'll take whatever I can get. Give me a Jimmy Choo keychain. Give me a Jimmy Choo sticker label from the bottom of a shoe. Just let me feel like I've found Jimmy Choo. Okay, Faithful, the brand. That's been popping up more lately for me, and I've still never found it. Popping up on Instagram. For Love and Lemons, never found it. I studied the label. I've studied the new labels. I've studied the brands. Can't find it in any thrift store. Never have, probably never will. Speaking of For Love and Lemons, I always think of, what is it, Lovers and Friends, just because love is in the name. I've never found Lovers and Friends either. I don't think Lovers and Friends, I think they're like just a bread and butter brand, but I've still never found them. This person's in front of my house. Oh, it's my neighbor. Jeez. They probably think I'm a spaz for looking at them like that. Kuhl, K-U-H-L. So this one I do know about just because I did kind of research the brand. I guess it's comparable to like Marmot. Is it Marmot or Marmot? See, here I go. M-A-R-M-O-T. I find the brand a lot, but I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's a lot like that brand, or like comparable to like Patagonia or Outdoor Research. But it is a high-end activewear, outdoorsy brand. I get made fun of for saying outdoorsy too. But yeah, Kuhl, have never found it. I'm constantly keeping my eye out. I have 2 more. I've whipped through this list really well. Sundry, S-N-U-D-R-Y. So I honestly think I've passed up a Sundry piece, but for some reason my mind was thinking that it was like a Myers brand. If you're not familiar with Myers, it's like grocery store chain that and kind of has their own fashion brands for their apparel section. I think it's in like the Midwest, but I might have found it, but I definitely didn't bring it home. I may have never found it. I'm not sure. I do want to find it. It's on my thrift store bucket list. The last one I had, well, I have two more, sorry. Girlfriend. So Girlfriend, I think they're famous for their jeans. Not sure. GRLFRND. Never found it. I hear it talked about a lot. I've also never found, I was going to include this first, but I actually skipped because as I was reading my list, I was like, wait, I second guessed myself on how to pronounce it. It's Ulla Johnson. Ulla Johnson. A lot of people have been finding it lately, and I don't know how. How are you finding it? Wait, hold on. That is my list of like between 15 and 20 items that are on my thrift store list that I feel like everybody has found except me. So that's my video. I think I wrapped that up pretty quickly. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I do lots of reseller related content. I do fun stuff like hauls and what's sold. Sometimes I do rants. Some of you appreciate my rants and I love you for that. But sometimes I do try to do like reseller educational brands, like what to be on the lookout for. This one was a bit different because I'm sure most of you have heard of this brand, but either way, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description to my website because if you are new to my channel, I finally launched my own website and I have some exciting news for you about my LLC, limited liability company. The website is like 1% finished, so I will leave a link to it, but don't expect to be like super impressed because it needs a lot of work, but I have lots of time and money invested into it right now, so I'm constantly trying to improve it. And I'm also going to leave a link down below in the description to my Instagram, honey.rags. So go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. I'm a lot more responsive on Instagram just because it's more user friendly on the actual app to respond to comments and messages. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully most of you have found at least a handful of these brands. At least that will make one of us because I'm not. As always, thank you so much for watching and happy selling.